What's up, comic book fans? And welcome to Comics Icons. Now, JJ, what they call me. And today, we got more blood hunting. This time with another tie-in in the form of Miles Morales' Spider-Man number 22. And if you missed the last issue, or any other parts of this massive blood hunt event, then I'll place a card at the top of the screen for you to the playlist, and a link at the end of this video as well. But when we left off with the last issue of this series, Spider-Man had caught up with Bloodline after Dracula had insisted that she would have to be the one to take down her father, Blade, which had caused her to freak out and run away. But not long after catching up to her, Spider-Man would end up splitting up from both she and Dracula in order to take care of his own problems in Brooklyn. Also in that issue, we got a flashback to the start of Blood Hunt and got a chance to see how Blade had turned Miles into a vampire. And then last but not least, at the end of the issue, we caught up with Hightail, who in a previous arc in this Miles Morales series had been controlled by an immortal vampire named Aramir. But she was freed when Miles, with the help of Blade and Bloodline, were able to defeat Aramir and imprison him. And when we caught up with Hightail, we found out that in this blood hunt event, she was able to sense his return, and she would recruit Miles to help her take him down once more. So if you guys are ready to see the team up of a vampire Miles Morales and a former vampire speedster with a bad attitude as they take on an immortal demon in this never-ending night, then you guys know what time it is. Let's get it. So this issue kicks off with Aramir as he's fully re-emerged from his prison and insisting that his former slave Hightail kneel before her master. But Hightail's not interested in being used by Aramir ever again. All she wants is to put her blade through Aramir's skull. And in fact, that's exactly what she does. But to no avail with the whole immortal thing and all. But that's cool with Hightail since it just gives her more chance at more stabbies. A lot more chances actually, as an entire horde of vampires join into this fight, forcing Miles and Hightail to have to go complete beast mode on every undead creature in their vicinity, causing Aramir to notice the newfound extra strength from Miles after his being turned, and prompting him to jump in and get his own hands dirty. But a powered up Miles gives him with a nice broken jaw. And still, all of this is nothing to Aramir, who simply laughs off his broken jaw before popping it back into place. And now each moment that Aramir is back on this earth, he starts to regain his full strength. And he offers Spidey and Hightail no remorse or mercy. He plans to rip them both apart. But unfortunately for him, he didn't plan on the spawn of Blade coming back for Miles and jumping into this fight as well. And Brielle reintroduces herself with a swift jump kick to the chops of Aramir. And now that she's joined in this fight, she's got a plan, which is for Hightail to gather up all of the fragments from the broken seal that bound Aramir. And then Spidey's job is to weld them all up back into one piece. And then she'll say the magic words to re-imprison Aramir. Simple. Well, at least that is until another swarm of vamps join in, followed by Aramir doing some real fan type stuff with his tongue. But Miles makes sure to slice that thing smooth off. Ain't nobody got time for that. Meanwhile though, Hightails it and grabs up all of the shards, and then Miles does his job of webbing the shards into one piece. And then Brielle chants the incantation, sending Aramir back into his prison. And then Hightail gives him a nice little knife in the head gift on his way out. And after it's over, Spidey and Bloodline share a celebratory high five. And initially, Hightail rejects the offer to join in, but eventually she acquiesces and gives one. And even though she's got that unbothered look on her face, this is a pretty big moment for the character of Hightail, because she's pretty much just now finding herself as a character. She started off as a former criminal trying to wipe off prison time by working with the Cape Killers. And she was under the control of Aramir for a little while. But since the anti-vigilante law was repealed and her group was disbanded with her freedom, she finally gets a chance to make her own choices, pretty much for the first time since we've met her. And I think it's important that the first choice she made was to work with Spider-Man and even give him a high five after she'd been pretty much hunting him since she debuted. But after she leaves, Dracula once again descends on Brielle, He's got a habit of that during this event. And of course, after they wiped out Aramir without his help, which Miles actually tries to check Dracula on, but Dracula responds that Aramir isn't even worth his time. But what he does help with is using his magic to send Aramir and his artifact prison to some unknown place, to be brought back out later when he's needed from Marvel. But he's here once again to ask Brielle the $1 million question that she's been dodging ever since she found out about her father. And that's if she's got the stomach to do what needs to be done and take him out. And she responds that she'll do what needs to be done to protect the people. That's a lesson that her father made sure she understood. Spider-Man, though, as always, is against the idea of Brielle doing this to her own pops and thinks that there has to be another way. But Brielle corrects Miles and tells him that he's no longer her dad. So Dracula opens up a portal because it's time for them to finally get to work. And as the young heroes ready themselves to go into battle with Dracula in this event, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the issue. And this final battle is all about to go down in the Blood Hunt finale issue number 5. So what did you guys think about the issue? And how are you feeling about the event so far? Is it still working for you guys? I, for one, am unapologetically loving it. And I just hope that they can stick the landing. But man, I hope we don't end up losing Blade after all of this is over. But you guys know I want to hear all your thoughts and theories on where this thing is going. And what type of consequences do you think will come from all of this for the Marvel Universe moving forward? And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video and this channel, and you'd like to support the channel, then you can do so by stopping by the Comics Icon store and picking you up some new merchandise, including the background music heard right here in this video available for download. Or by joining the Iconic Fan Club channel membership. And it'll be a link in the description to join. But with your membership, your voice will be heard during our interactive live streams with yours truly, where we can talk about everything that's been going down in these issues, as well as ones that you'd like for me to go over in the future and other comic news. Plus, you guys will get loyalty badges, member shout-outs, and up to 20% off of Comics Icon's merchandise from the Comics Icon store. And we've got tiers to the memberships as well, starting at just 99 cents. Or you guys can donate to the channel with a super thanks. And if you're not able to do any of those, then you can still be a tremendous help to the future of this channel by dropping a like, share, and subscribing to Comics Icons for more icons in the comic book world. But ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. I'm out. Peace.